Hello, my most wonderful peasants. It is I, your mighty Lord Gamerson, and I want to take you right back to the beginning. Yes, we are going back in time. Get your galoshes and your umbrella, because it might be rainy. Yes, we are going to be talking about the Atari 2600, and the best that comes with that system. It was released way back in 1977. The 2600 had competition from the Intellivision and ColecoVision. While the competition was technically superior, the 2600 still won the console war. Marketing was a main reason, but so was the controller. The ColecoVision and Intellivision, they both had strange keyboard controllers, while Atari had a simple joystick. It was also the cheapest, and it had many top arcade ports. Atari was loved by gamers. Everybody wanted to play Space Invaders in their homes. The 2600 was sold from 1977 to 1992 in the stores. So I present to you, for your consideration, the top 10 Atari 2600 games. Number 10, Junior PacMan. You all know that PacMan and Mrs. PacMan, Miss PacMan, you don't want to make that mistake. She will chew your face off. Well, you all know they were a thing, right? Well, meet their less famous son, Junior PacMan. The main difference between PacMan on the 2600 and Junior PacMan is simply that Junior PacMan doesn't suck. PacMan on the 2600, and I say specifically on the 2600, is one of the worst games on the system, but Junior PacMan actually plays pretty well. The scrolling screen is pretty cool and adds a bit of randomness to the gameplay. It's a good game. Number 9, Asteroids. Asteroids is a bit of fun for a few minutes. In 2020, I think that would describe it. At the time, in the early 80s, late 70s, this game could capture a man's attention for hours. It's a simple game, really. You got your tiny little ship, represented by a little triangle, and you gotta shoot down all the asteroids coming at ya. It's a solid, simple premise that would inspire many games, including Grand Theft Auto in some sense or other. So yes, it's important. Asteroids is an important game. Number 8, Adventure. In 1980, this was Skyrim. Adventure was the first non-text-based RPG. In Adventure, you control a mighty square. You must find keys and chalices while unlocking castles and slaying dragons. This game is really a prototype for every RPG that came after it. The game also gave us the first Easter egg. Easter eggs are secrets that the developers put in the game. In Adventure, you can find a secret room where the developer put his name, Warren Robinette, displayed boldly and proudly for everybody to see. For in those days, Atari did not allow people to claim ownership or credit for the games that they worked on. Number 7, Missile Command. Lord Gamerson likes Missile Command. Missile Command is fun. You must defend your bases from an alien attack. They shoot missiles. Their objective, to destroy your cities. You are in the unfortunate position to be on the defensive in this situation. The enemy has unlimited missiles, so it's not about if you survive, but for how long. It sure is fun to blast out those missiles, though. Number 6. Space Invaders. Space Invaders. You know Space Invaders, right? You control a little ship on the bottom of the screen. You must move left to right, blasting row upon row of synchronized alien attackers. You blast them all. Then you move on to the next level and do it all again. The 2600 version is a serviceable home port. Almost everybody that owned a 2600 had a copy of Space Invaders. Number 5. Pitfall. Pitfall is a fun obstacle course game on the 2600. You have 20 minutes to collect all the treasure, and then you win. You beat the game. It's really quite novel to have a game on the 2600 that you can beat. There are many screens to traverse. You dodge barrels and bats. You swing over pits and jump on alligators. A perfect score is 114,000 points. It's good to have goals. Number 4. Demon Attack. Demon Attack was released in 1982 for the 2600. You are a lone ship. Desolate. Marooned on the icy planet Zybor. This, a planet of demons, was the unfortunate spot your stranded ass decided to land on. All that's left is you, a laser cannon you salvaged from your crashed ship, and a planet full of demons. Yeah, unless you happen to be Lord Gamerson or one of maybe 10,000 other powerful beings, you wouldn't have a chance. There's a lot of demon planets out there. You people would be screwed. Number 3. Yars Revenge. Yars Revenge is a strange little game that also happens to be pretty great. This offbeat little gem was created by the same man who made one of the worst games on the 2600. Howard Scott Warshaw also made E.T. You are a Yar, a mighty space insect. You must fight your mortal enemy, the Cutil. There's a barrier that looks like garbled computer code. That, my friends, is the neutral zone. In this zone, the missiles cannot harm you. You must shoot through your enemy's barrier and hit the main ship. You do that, you win. Simple. No? Number 2. River Raid. The River of No Return. That's where you are. That's where you'll stay. Based on a true story. A ship lost in the Bermuda Triangle. We were able to maintain radio for about an hour before he was lost. He described a river that just went on forever. We sold the idea to Atari, and they made River Raid. It's an excellent game. It's challenging, tight, and fun. How far will you make it down the River of No Return? Play River Raid and find out. Number 1. Pitfall II. Welcome, wonderful peasants. Lord Gamerson presents the best game on the 2600, Pitfall II. The original Pitfall was like a tech demo for the fantastical wonderment of Pitfall II. Pitfall II plays like a proper platform game that PC players were playing at the time. The game had depth. Literally, I mean. The game is very vertical, with many levels of treasure to collect, secrets to explore, and friends to rescue. There's even a hot air balloon to take you to a new area or two. The music is actually the best that the 2600 has to offer, although that's not saying much. You also don't really game over. You just go back to your last checkpoint. And that's it. Thanks for joining me, Lord Gamerson. Next week, I'll look at the worst games on the 2600.